Imagine you just got off a call with a prospect that you've managed to get to actually call you. That's a big deal in a B2B product service sales scenario. You've got them to call you. Now is where the game begins, right? You've got them into the middle of your funnel. Congratulations. But what do you do now? What do you do now? That's the thing. How do you move them low into the funnel and close the sale, make the deal happen? What I do, I'd incorporate a few email marketing tactics in the whole process. Among other things, there has to be a personalized touch. There has to be eventually a human touch, but email marketing needs to come into play. In this video, I want to explore that with you, for you right now. Keep watching. So let's start with this. Studies have shown that by the time prospects arrive at the point of first contact with you as a company, they're about 70% of the way through the purchase decision. Let's start there. So that's one thing. The second thing is, after first contact, whatever that means to you, after first contact, the sales cycle from start to close is anywhere from 4 months to 11 months. And it involves as many as 10 people. So the issue with that is there's a lot of chance for things to just break and fall apart, for deals to fall through. Because first of all, you got multiple people involved in the decision. You don't even know what they're thinking, right? The whole process could go from 4 to 11 months. It's a lot of time for them to look at other competitors, for the context to change, the business context to change, right? What does the stats mean? It means by the time they make first contact with you, they've gone and done a whole bunch of research themselves. Who knows what they think about you? They've just gone and made up their own decision. You've not really controlled that unless your content is good, your top of the funnel marketing is good, right? Either way, they arrive with a whole bunch of information and maybe objections and other perceptions of other brands. They arrive at you with the whole context, right? Then there's this whole gap of how long it takes. You have some work to do in that time. Or let's just say that there's an opportunity here for you to do some more persuasive work, okay? And that's why we'd be keen to involve email marketing. If I was a sales agent or a business owner, it's not that we're saying close the whole deal through email alone. That's not what's going to happen, right? But you can't be calling people to every day, right? In between all of that happening, how do you stay top of mind? It's got to be email. If you've watched my other videos, you'll see studies show people want to be, if it's anything B2B related, they'd much rather you email them than call them than text them. Understand? This is how we'd play it. We'd involve some sort of email marketing tactics in the process to help seal the deal. I want you to think in terms of first contact. There's different terms for this, but it's like because they could reach out to you after doing the 70% of the way through of their buying decision. They've decided you're somebody they want to reach out to. Not just you, 3, 4, 5 others if they've done their research right. So they're either trying to get an email response from you about some questions they have, or they're trying to book a call with you directly. All right. I choose to describe just first contact as the period before the call happens, for the sake of this exercise to help you understand. So there's first contact. Either they've reached out to you by email or they've said, yes, we want to book a call at a later date, right? If they've only sent you an email, then you want to answer their questions however you wish. But you also want to run a sequence, an email marketing sequence that nurtures them to book a call and get on a call with you. If they've already agreed to book a call with you, then there's a set date where the call is supposed to happen. So there's a time gap between that, right? There too is where you can market to them. You know what's up? So what's helpful is to think in terms of the point of first contact. I like to look at it like this. There's if everybody's done 70% of their buying decision already by themselves, then they're going to reach out to you directly. Not only are they going to reach out to you, they're going to reach out to 3 other people, your competitors, and they're going to see who's the right fit for them, right? So they're going to most likely either email you saying, hey, send us some information about XYZ, or they're going to book a call with you. Say, I would like to talk to you. Yes. So I call that the point of first contact, because there's a call that has yet to happen. In both cases, if they've sent you an email, then a call has yet to happen, right? What you're trying to do is actually, yes, answer their email, but also from then on, you want to use the opportunity to nurture them to ultimately book a call with you. If at the point of first contact they've said, yes, we want to book a call with you, then there's a time delay before the call happens, right? Within that time, you also want to run some sort of email nurturing sequence there. This is where I'd incorporate email marketing tactics. Because what you can do before the call happens is you can actually pre-qualify the person. You can use the opportunity to reintroduce the company, reintroduce the product, because you don't know what they've gone and learnt about you, right? You want to maybe correct any misinformation just by presenting the product as you wish it to be presented to them, right? You can do that. You can also run forms that qualify them, because certain prospects might not be a good fit for you to work with. They might not be the right size. That's true too. Like, you might not be able to serve a company of a small size. You need to find out who you're trying to serve, right? It makes for a more productive call. So there's a bunch of things you can do to build up to that call. And that's a point that you need to, there's a time gap that you need to address with email marketing. A drip campaign is what you'd run. Then, let's say you have the call goes however it goes. You're going to discover through the call if they're ready to buy now or if they're not ready to buy now. Okay, so for the people that are ready to buy now, you'd immediately put them in touch with a closer from your team, some sort of person who knows how to close the deal, has worked that before, gives it a personalized touch. You might not run a sequence there because now it's one-to-one directly and it's very custom. The communication is going to be very custom. There's no need to run a sequence there. If you find out the person is not ready to buy as of yet, you might get a indifferent response. They might not tell you outright that they're not ready to buy. They might be indifferent, or they might tell you they're outright not ready to buy. You can continue to run a post-call sequence there. That's an opportunity to run one, because you're still going to use the opportunity to nurture them. Remember, the fact that you have their email address and that they've reached out to you directly is a big opportunity. It means if you successfully land this client, at some point you're landing somebody where the cost of acquisition has been really low, and you've not overspent on acquiring them. You know what I mean? So that's a point where I'd run a sequence too. It could be a mixture of surveys or invitations to webinars, case studies to prove everything that you said in the call. Like, we are legit, we are better than our competitor based on these reasons. Or like, we have a study, we can send it to you. We have proprietary information that we can't release to the public. We're going to show it to you now, since you've taken the time to get in touch with us, right? All of that can be done post-call, right? So that's the way you got to think about it. If you're a sales agent or a business owner, you can incorporate email marketing tactics at those points, before and after the call. Also keep in mind, if they set up a call with you and they don't show up, that's also another opportunity to run a sequence, because you can ask them, hey, where were you and why? And you can spin it in other ways, right? There's a lot that can be done with it. I'm actually shocked sometimes. I talk to people in real estate, they don't mess with email. I don't know about the US, but in the Middle East especially, they just use WhatsApp. Maybe it's enough for them. Some people say it's more than enough for us, but I think, why would you let that go? There's so much more you can do, you know what I mean? Just to reference another video I did, you might have already seen it. I was explaining in that video how I'm not a fan of cold email. Most people, when they think of email sales going B2B, they think of the cold email outreach. That's a top of the funnel activity. We believe you don't need email marketing for that. You can use social media for that, because social media tends to have inboxes. And it can be a DM, a direct DM. It doesn't have to be a direct mail. It can be a cold DM instead of a cold email, right? So you can just do that there and then funnel them in. One step down, you get to the middle of the funnel. That's where your email starts. That's where we'd prefer you spend your time on, spend your thinking on, and invest in, rather than invest on cold outreach. you can also add that to your marketing mix, but you leave that to an other agency who does that, separately. Don't involve your domain in all of that. You know what I mean? You can use email marketing quite effectively, as I've demonstrated, in the middle of the funnel. There's that point where the call happens, before and after, and you can push them along that last mile to get to the sale, right? And the studies have shown that people would rather deal with you by email. So when they reach out to you and all your top of the funnel stuff has worked, and they're convinced you're the person they want to talk to, they're going to reach out to you by email. So I'd rather you invest in a strategy that's planned and ready and prepared for that moment. You got it? That's all I'm trying to say. This has been the Dropkick Copy YouTube channel. My name is Irshad Aziz. Take it easy.